Hello friends, Jules here from FGS, and you know what? It's so easy to take a great video game controller for granted, yet make no mistake, thousands of hours went into designing and engineering the peerlessly brilliant gamepads that we're going to be talking about today. So let's mash those buttons in appreciation and take a few moments to salute the cream of the crop. As I'm Jules, this is FGS, and these are the 10 best video game controllers ever. And wouldn't you know it, I've brought the A button to my baby button in the form of Snake434 2001's comment, which will be making its way into this list as a full-fledged entry. And if you want to be part of next week's episode, then have a think on what you pick as the best video games where you're secretly the villain. So now we've selected our entries, let's press start and dive right in with number 10, the SNES Controller. Although the NES Controller may strictly be more iconic, the SNES iterated upon it in every single meaningful way that matters. From its more comfortable rounded shape to the diamond arrangement of its face buttons, squishier D-pad and the addition of left and right shoulder buttons, the SNES controller set the benchmark for gamepads as we know them today, while leaving its predecessor thoroughly in the dust. In fact, it proved popular enough that Nintendo even released the Dogbone, a controller for the original NES styled off of the SNES' controller design. Controllers have come on leaps and bounds since the SNES debuted almost 35 years ago. See, it sounds weird if I don't say it like SNES, right? But the fusion of thoughtful ergonomics and intuitive design makes the SNES gamepad an indelible masterpiece regardless. I mean, just try using the OG controller for extended periods today and you will quickly appreciate what a revolutionary, evolutionary vision the SNES truly was. Number 9, the PlayStation DualShock. It cannot be understated just how much of a game changer the PS1 DualShock controller really was, enough that it made the console's original gamepad feel a bit flimsy by comparison. The DualShock was actually the PS1's third controller, reworking the analog sticks from the dual analog controller and adding in rumble vibration, previously only available in the Japanese version of the dual analog. This 1-2 punch of killer features made playing on the PlayStation feel so much more immersive. Analog sticks, of course, became the instant norm for consoles moving forward, while rumble made PS1 classics like Gran Turismo, Crash Bandicoot, Warped, Tekken 3 and Ape Escape sing in ways that nobody could have anticipated. The fact that Sony has so successfully iterated upon the original DualShock over the years makes it tough to rank it any higher, but as a foundation for the future, it has more than earned its place in the pantheon of all-time controllers. Number 8, the Dreamcast controller. An almost certainly controversial choice now, but for all of its flaws, the Sega Dreamcast controller is a wildly underappreciated gem. Yes, it's only got one analog stick and its bulky shape isn't the most comfortable for lengthy play sessions, but like the doomed console that it was built for, it was also way ahead of its time. The controller's most innovative feature was its built-in dock for a VMU, this console's version of a memory card. When slotted into the controller, the VMU would display extra information about the game you're playing in selected titles, and the VMU's own buttons also allowed it to be used externally from the console, which was an extremely novel concept in 1998. It would be disingenuous to suggest the Dreamcast controller is universally loved, but it upstages most modern controllers in one key area, and that is the lack of stick drift. Nintendo Switch owners began complaining of Joy-Con drift within months of the console's release, yet more than 25 years later, many Dreamcast controllers still have no drift whatsoever. That's mad. Number 7, the Steel Battalion cockpit controller. Okay, I'll level with you here. I am most definitely taking a certain slant with the word best right here, but when I saw that Snake had reminded me about the utter madness that was the Steel Battalion cockpit controller that was released alongside the original Xbox game, I only had one word in response. Yes, but also, what? Seriously, the sheer gargantuan size of the controller panel alone is enough to dominate most of, if not all of your desk space, and the fact that it came with foot pedals as well as a bloomin' lever and switches makes this the most over-the-top controller I've probably ever seen. Was it any good to use? Well, hell if I know, because I didn't have nearly enough magic beans as a kid to buy this monster, but from product demos available at the time, yes, it did work pretty well, and the sheer immersion factor alone made this a must-have for fans of the series. As Snake themselves says, best? Probably not, but favourite? Hell yeah. Move over, chainsaw controller, there's a new gimmick in town, and thanks to its immeasurable weight, it's probably going to be here to stay. Number 6, the Wiimote. It can't be overstated how the Wii helped popularise gaming with the most unlikely of people, and a big part of its success was its controller, lovingly dubbed the Wiimote by fans. Nintendo took a huge swing by hinging the Wii around motion controls, and that the Wiimote managed to be accessible to non-gamers while keeping most of the die-hard fans happy is a frankly miraculous ridiculous achievement. Though the quality of the motion control integration varied wildly from game to game, it felt great to hold and had a multitude of nifty features from its accelerometer to its IR pointer and inbuilt speaker. That all of these risky elements worked in such harmonious concert is nothing short of a miracle and a testament to Nintendo's bold willingness to take creative risks. Even if it's not your own personal favorite, there's not a single other video game controller that's been held and understood by such a diverse swathe of people. Number 5. The Mega Drive controller. Though there's firm division over whether or not the Mega Drive controller is superior to the SNES controller, its bulkier build gives it some welcome added heft, and the rounded edges also make it more comfortable to hold. Well, for some hands anyway. But Sega smartly iterated upon this with a revised 1993 controller which was slightly smaller and offered up the pièce de résistance for fighting games like Street Fighter II, 3 additional face buttons. The versatility of a 6-button revision speaks for itself and quickly became the de facto Mega Drive controller, even if there certainly were those who preferred the 3-button original recipe. All the same, the Mega Drive controller isn't a masterpiece in any key area, but is a dependably comfortable and versatile gamepad that definitely stood apart from Nintendo's own. Number 4. The Switch Pro controller. It's not without a profound sense of irony that one of the very best Nintendo controllers is a totally utilitarian, gimmick-free gamepad. Now, the Switch Pro is a more conventional console controller in the vein of those touted by Xbox and PlayStation, and a must-have for anyone who finds the Switch's dinky Joy-Cons hand-crampingly uncomfortable to use for hours at a time. In terms of basic design, the Switch Pro doesn't do anything innovative. Its layout is totally standard fare for modern consoles, but you know what, that's precisely the point. Where the Switch Pro excels is with its sheer comfort and mind-boggling 40-hour battery life, ensuring that it blows its console competition firmly out of the water. Better yet, reports suggest that the Switch Pro will be forward compatible with the upcoming Switch 2, ensuring that you don't need to shell out all over again. A pro-consumer move in the year of our Lord 2024? Whoever saw that coming? Number 3. Xbox Elite Series 2. The Xbox controller has come a hell of a long way from the charming, yet, let's be honest, hand-mangling monstrosity that was the original Xbox's The Duke. Revisions for subsequent consoles rightly focused on making it more comfortable to hold, culminating in the all-timer release that is the Elite Series 2. Though this truly premium with a capital P controller comes with a hefty price tag, it doesn't take long to appreciate where the value is found. For starters, the wraparound grip style makes it probably the single most comfy and satisfying controller to hold on the market. It has an internal battery with a 40-hour charge, and best of all, the ability to adjust and customize the thumbsticks, D-pad, and triggers. And if that's not enough, you can even tailor the aesthetics to your own personal preference through the Xbox Design Lab, ensuring the controller feels wholly unique to you. Even with its cost, the Elite Series 2 feels like a truly essential controller for anyone who is serious about Xbox or PC gaming. Number 2. Wavebird Wireless Controller. The base GameCube controller was a welcome palate cleanser following the N64's infamously clunky and rather unwieldy design, and Nintendo impressively went one better with the beloved Wavebird. Though this wireless revision lacked the rumble functionality of the OG controller in an attempt to preserve battery life, its wireless radio frequency tech positively smokes modern Bluetooth controllers in the latency department. It's of course important to remember that wireless controllers were far and few between in 2002, ensuring that the Wavebird's ability to ditch the cumbersome cords and play it any which way felt hugely empowering for players. Couple this with the inherent charm of the GameCube controller itself, which is far more comfortable to hold than it looks, and you have the recipe for an incredible controller that rightly remains firmly fawned over all these years later. To modernize the Wavebird might not seem terribly ambitious, but at the same time, its freedom-enabling capabilities were positively revolutionary. And number 1, the PS5 DualSense. And finally, we have the GOAT controller, recency bias be damned, the glorious engineering masterwork that is the PS5 DualSense. The DualSense innovates on the considerable greatness of the PS4's already brilliant DualShock by adopting a similar form factor but kitting it out with bells and whistles both big and small. The textured grips make it instantly more comfortable to hold for long gaming sessions. Haptic feedback and adaptive triggers ensure traversal and combat feel more tactile in a bevy of games, and it's even got a built-in microphone because why the hell not? Though not all games have made stellar use of all of the DualSense's features, in terms of pound-for-pound comfort and satisfaction, there is no better controller to play with, and it also looks bloody handsome too. The DualSense is so damn good, it makes you wonder how Sony could possibly improve on it for the PS6, which will surely be here before we know it. And there we go, my friends, those were 10 of the best video video game controllers. Let me know what you thought about it down in the comments section below, and while you're down there, have a think about what you pick for the best video games where you're secretly the villain. As always, I've been Jules. You can go follow me over on my social medias where I'm usually at RetroJ, but the O is a 0, and I hope to see you over there, my friends. But before I go, I just want to say one thing. Hope you're treating yourself well, my friend, with love and respect, because you deserve the bloody best, alright? And do not let anything or anyone else tell you otherwise. Go out there and utterly smash it today. I believe in ya. As always, I've been Jules. You have been awesome. Never forget that, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.